So do you think this ban is going to go ahead, and what would be the impact on energy prices in Europe? I would imagine that there's quite a lot of fear that prices will spike even further.
Yeah, that's what Treasury Secretary Yellen said the other day. I think it depends. You've got to break it down. The thing none of it is easy, but the one that is the easiest of the hard things is crude oil, because it's a flexible market and you can get other supplies. And I think that's, from what I hear, is what they're focusing on. The hardest thing, of course, is natural gas, and that particularly worries Germany, which is highly dependent upon Russian gas and says it's so essential for its industry. So that's where the negotiations are going on right now. One thing that has to happen, which really hasn't, is much greater coordination between governments and companies, because at the end of the day, it's companies that move the oil around.
Dan, you say that with crude oil there is more flexibility and the potential for replacing supply, but what is the gap between the amount of flexibility and the amount that we will lose if Russia is completely cut out of the market, particularly given what seems to be a continuing intransigent position from Saudi Arabia?
Well, I think what you're talking about is about 2 million barrels a day, actually. Europe gets about 3.5, 3.8 million barrels a day from Russia. A substantial part of that is product like diesel and jet fuel and things like that. So it's really that 2 million barrels a day that you've got to focus on. You have 1 million barrels a day that's now coming from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. And as you were just talking, it may only be temporary, but China's COVID shutdown has probably taken more than 1 million barrels a day out of the world market. But as you say, the key thing is, where's the additional oil going to come from? So far, Saudi Arabia doesn't show any inclination to do that. The one place you have growth is in the United States, which will see substantial growth in its oil, but not overnight. So in other words, it's doable, but it takes a lot of coordination to make it happen. And of course, the COVID is not going to last forever in China.